Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And it's Viva Ronaldo explosive final interview with Piers Morgan. Welcome. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Man United Agenda. And as always, I'm joined by Mr. B. Sir, how are we doing?
I'm ready, boy.
You're ready? And Kalula, it's a pleasure. Listen, first time with you. How you doing, young lady? How's it going?
I'm doing well. I'm ready as well. I'm ready for it.
You're ready? And Stuart, as always, we know who you Stuart is. And it feels like it's been a long time since I actually done this. I'm a bit sort of nervous. I've sort of got Kalula and I've got Stuart on, but Mr. B know everything already. And I think it's going to be one of those shows tonight where different opinion. But guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure you're giving us a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. So before we go though, guys, as always, we'd like to give our massive sponsorship a huge shout out, and Stuart's in control of all of this tonight.
Obviously, as we all know, we're now sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys. Global Mapping Surveys currently assist architects, property developers and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning monitoring. The link, as usual, is in the description, guys.
Thank you, sir. So as always, you know how it goes there. I haven't been on the show for a bit, but you know, I've been causing a bit chaos in WhatsApp group with Mr. B on Monday and them guys. But before sort of we go into it, there's a lot of people in the chat at the moment. There's 13 in the chat. So I just want to sit there and say, listen, Matthew Bassett, as always, big up. Stuart, this is the first one you're going to have for yourself, sir.
All right, hi, big thanks for the £5, Matthew. Appreciate it as always. Even up, Bill, everyone on the show and in the chat.
Big up. And what we got as well, yeah, is that £5 we got subtracted to treble it today as well, because Mr. B has got a lot of swearing to go today. So there's a lot of £5 from Mr. B today, yeah. Also, guys, we've got to remember as well, we are streaming through Full-Time Sports Network as well. So for you guys over on Full-Time Network as well, make sure you are giving them a like, share, and also a subscribe as well. We are Brothers and Sisters channel. So before we kick off, then we're going to have some comments before we get into the show itself. So Stuart's going to hit some for us, please.
So Olakunle, the Liverpool fans in the house. Evening, Olakunle. He's saying CR30. Oh, missed that one.
Sorry.
He's saying CR37 hated Manchester United as much as Liverpool fans. Really. Eddie's Football Waffle. Evening, Eddie. Big up TalkMU and all in the chat. Bang that likes, guys. Glenn James Allen, big up guys. Edward French, evening Edward, respect TalkMU, FC United forever, more overhyped bullshit, can I say that? Back to bed.
Yeah, you can if you want. You won't get charged for it. It's only Mr. B when he swears. You don't get nothing for it, Mr. B.
Big up Omundi saying part 2. Now this is going to be interesting. I know and respect that Mr. B ain't falling for no banana in the tailpipe of BS. Good evening, Bill Baggio. He said, evening all. That was a bore. Saragon McKenny, bucket, my man, Mr. B. Glenn, big up, Glenn. Ronaldo said nothing wrong. He has spoke the truth. You don't know what happens behind the background. He also said, did Mr. B pay for last night?
Well, yeah, £10 that was for him. £10. £10 for the bleeper. Right on. £10 for Mr. B. £10. But guys, we are going to kickstart the show because on here at the moment, I think there's a few of us who are still in the Ronaldo camp. I'm one of those guys in it because I'm still waiting for the punchline. I am still waiting for the punchline of how terrible this interview apparently was going to sort of reveal so much. And the way I look at the whole production, the whole interview, he probably was calling out the Glazers more than anyone else, really, about the infrastructure at Manchester United, how the club is run as a business rather than a football club, how far behind we are compared to other football clubs as well in the Premier League. So we're going to sit there and the first question Piers Morgan asked, it was something to do with about money and to do with his Instagram followers. But for me, was that question really relevant, Kalula, what that was all about? Because to me, it made no sort of sense whatsoever.
Honestly, that was the feel I got from the second half of the interview. I wanted fireworks, but instead it was more talking about personal stuff, talking about him himself, maybe trying to big him up a bit. I would have wanted more kind of information about how he felt about the team and why he was even doing the interview. This wasn't a promotion. This was, come on, you know, you've done something fantastico that really not many players have done. So give us the juice. And that's what I would have wanted. So I really I love the guy to bits, but I didn't really care how many people were following him, and I didn't really care about that, especially when he contradicted himself, where he mentioned social media in interview 1 about how it in a negative way. So I didn't get why that was something that was started off with. So I guess script is script.
Thank you very much. And Stuart as well. Stuart, we had a few little chat today as well regarding this whole interview about the Ronaldo sort of corner, who's in and who's not. But like what Kalula just said there, the whole thing with the Instagram followers, it didn't really make any sense whatsoever to me. I don't really care. I've got about 300 people that follow me. I don't really care. I don't look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing, you know, what did Piers Morgan say? How much have you got more in your bank than Instagram followers? Well, he's got 497 Instagram followers, so he's obviously got that sort of. But it's irrelevant. What's that got to do with anything? I don't know.
Yeah, Mr. B, no swearing. You're muted.
Oh, no.
It was just more Pierce filling time.
Yeah, 100% with you there. What got me, it didn't really get me or anything like that, but there was one thing he said, which for us as Manchester United fans, we know it already. And Manchester United is run as a business, not actually as a club itself, like sort of to challenge for major trophies. So, Mr. B, I'm coming to you now. Is that a fair assessment, what he gave there?
Yeah. You can't argue with anything that he said on that specific point about the Glazers. Everything he said about the infrastructure. No problem. Everything he said is absolutely fine.
Yeah. Kalula, now obviously I've sort of first show with you. I've been watching you closely on the channel as well. And I know you sort of go to quite a lot of the games. So does Stuart as well. So they're talking about sort of like the infrastructure at Manchester United with the levels of from almost a hierarchy right down to the bottom. And it is a mess when you think about it, where he spoke yesterday slightly about Ralph Rangnick and about the infrastructure, about the people who's in charge of the club. And he went onto it today again to almost sort of, no matter who they got rid of last season to come in for this season, it seems like the infrastructure is still quite bad. Kalula?
Sorry, my phone went off. That is so
Don't worry about that.
No,
don't worry about that.
Especially
you're wearing the Ronaldo glasses. I don't care. I don't care. Mr. B's upset right now. Mr. B's upset. He can't.
I'm greatly sorry for that. One of the things I will say is I've been going to the ground since I was a kid, and I mentioned it yesterday. You can't just keep painting it bright red on the outside. There is that even when you go in and it's the half time, you're getting your drinks, you're getting your pie that you're going to try and eat by hand, which I don't even know how people are doing that. And you just think, yes, it's the theatre of dreams, but now are we having to dream it's better? You know, because come on, we've got money. Well, apparently we've got money here. It needs to be better. And as a point I put, and I know that I'm going to get killed by Spurs fans. How did they get a new ground and we don't have a new ground?
Toilet bowl, by the way. It's a toilet bowl, but it's still better than ours.
No, you can hear the water when you go through it when I went to the away game, but they self-serve the pints, so it's cool being arenas.
Yeah, still, it is astounding though for Manchester United to be one of the biggest club in world football, and it's almost like the basic they can't get right with the infrastructure.
You know, there was talk a few years ago that the South Stand, which is the only stand that's not been renovated. There was talk because the railway track's right outside. Obviously, they can't build out. But in the last couple of years, United have been in talks with the architects of the Stadium, and the talk was that it was all given the go-ahead. But it's the Glazers, and they've put a stop to it for whatever reason. So I don't know. I know as much as you, Solo.
Yeah, exactly. But again, for me, with the infrastructure, you got people like Darren Fletcher in that position. Nicky Butt originally was meant to be the main man for it, and he's sort of like been turfed out to bring Darren thing in. But it's sort of like I look at Manchester United, especially when sort of you had the likes of Solskjaer in there, where Ronaldo didn't really criticize Solskjaer, but it's almost like like an old man club, isn't it? It's almost like your friends, you bring your friends in, and it's like you can get the position.
Same with Steve McLaren. I mean, why is Steve McLaren back there? Come on. I know, he was there briefly under Ferguson, but I mean, why is Steve McLaren back there? Come on.
Mr. B, was he going Man City? We had to tap him up. We had to tap him up to come.
Infrastructure is totally gone at United. Yeah. The club's a shambles, absolutely shambles.
Okay, look, we knew that. We knew that. Let's get to the point of why Ronaldo did the interview, please. Because
I've got to go through my note. Listen, Mr. B,
no.
I made like 5 pages of notes.
I'm sitting down here quietly, listening to you lot lick Ronaldo's backside because he said exactly what we saying, exactly what we already know. Our owners are crap. Why did he give the interview, please? Somebody. Why did Ronaldo give that interview?
Money.
Money.
I think it's the best of both worlds. He gets the money, and he gets the voice or opinion of a more powerful world than
you think he got paid for that interview?
What I will say is for you, Mr. B, I'll take this off because it's triggering. I'll take it off. I'll take it off, right? Because it's triggering. I'll take the glasses off. I'll go back.
Don't do it. Keep the glasses on.
No, the glasses are still here. They'll be here. But no, it's this is the whole issue I've got with it. It's the best of both worlds. Don't get me wrong. If some mediocre player said it, no one would care. It's kind of the thing of when Roy Keane and Gary Neville were arguing when they said there's been players in the past like Scholes that refused to play. Now we've made the magical theatre for him because we've given him the media. We should have just fined his ass or got rid of him, and we didn't. There's when you've got special treatment, he's taking the special treatment back. But what I feel like is, if anyone's going to say it, there's people that I know don't even like football that have watched him because it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah,
that he has. It's kind of like he's gone goodbye, farewell. I'm going to help Man United and screw you over at the same time. That's literally
that's why we got him back to sell shirts.
There you go.
That's basically it.
And he touched on that as well in the interview. Mm-hmm. Basically, that's why the club is a business and it's about shirt sales. So, but I want to go into it because something where we know on the channel, I think we've been sort of not been going out and sort of berating players for certain things. But he spoke about the preseason and the media, everyone was absolutely slaughtering him for it. And it turns out the truth is his daughter had bronchitis and he had to stay for a week. But with Ronaldo, a lot of people are jumping on his back, especially a lot of media leading up to this interview going, oh, he's done this. There's certain 2 newspapers I know absolutely battered him when he was away. And now would the newspaper come out and apologize to him and say, you know what, we got it totally wrong, Mr. B, about his daughter?
No, they're not going to apologize. And him saying that his daughter was ill, no problem. Life is life. My issue, and I said my issue again, it's not what was said in the interview. It's why he said the interview. So until you lot touch on that part,
you don't want anything to do with it.
This is all nicey. You said you've got your notes and you've got your order. I'm just waiting for the part where you lot admit that he's a crybaby and the only reason he gave the interview is because he's not playing football. The team plays better without Ronaldo, and Ten Hag does not give a shit about Ronaldo and individuals. He cares about the team winning. And that's why Ronaldo gave the interview, in my opinion, because he's not playing. He's pissed off that he's not playing and he thinks that he should be playing. So until that part comes up, Solo, the lead man there.
Mr. B, seriously, it's my first time back and you already started. Kalula, about going with his family, because I felt it. I felt a bit sort of for him. I'm not an emotional person at all, but, you know, when it comes to a situation like this, he's just lost sort of his son, and all of a sudden then, you know, bronchitis, and he's on holiday, he's got to take a week away. But then all of a sudden, the social media, everyone start kicking him. And again, like he said in the interview further down, it's almost like when the manager does things for Manchester United or anyone speak up about Man United, it's almost preempt. So it's they've already written something to the press or written something already to give the statement about it.
Okay, I'm going to be brutally honest. If you're a Man United fan most of your life, we could be 11th in the table. You're going to be spoken about. It's Man United. You see other teams doing better than us. They're always going to talk about our team. We're global. We're worldwide. His family situation, I completely understand. It's something I don't really want to go into because I wouldn't want anyone to go through what he's going through on a personal level. But then that's the thing about this. It's not about what happened with his family. Like, look at the preseason. We did well in the preseason. We actually
because he wasn't there.
we did well in the preseason. No matter how much I like him, honesty is honesty. And with the whole worries me, he needed to just, I would have rather he was cutthroat and straight. Nobody can dispute the personal stuff that went on. And I hope that nobody does because it's unfair. But unfortunately, with the UK, look at if anyone reads the Sun newspaper, good luck to you guys because you're not getting any information from that. You're just getting jazz that you don't need in your life. But it's one of those. I'm with me. You know what? That's why I took the jazz off because I'm with Mr. B on this one. We need to get to the cutthroat thing of why did he do the interview? I think
me and Sue don't want to get there yet.
But why? It's like Mr. B said. He's got no respect for Ten Hag. Ten Hag's got no respect for Ronaldo. Ronaldo's sulking because he's not playing. That's why he's done the interview. That's it. End of. His United career's finished. He's gone. That's it. He's never going to play again.
But the thing is, though, and Stuart, I will keep reference to. I'm still waiting for the punchline because that interview was so bad. It was boring.
Oh, it was tonight.
I think
it was terrible.
It
was terrible.
I think they hyped it up. Look, they did what they needed to do. They got maximum exposure from their program. Yesterday was very vanilla. Today, the parts that they released were the best parts of the show. Everything else they just filled in. So fair play for him for doing the interview. I have the utmost respect for him doing the interview and the fact that he spoke about what we all as true Man United fans know and understand. I'm glad he's done. His followers, maybe there's Man United fans out there who don't, not saying don't understand, but don't, you know what, that is a club. Ronaldo plays for the club. Bruno plays for the club. They don't understand that we are behind 12, 15 years on a whole load of things, infrastructure-wise, dietary-wise, and nutrition-wise. He's opened their eyes to that. So maybe him leaving, he wanted to leave with what somebody's talked about, something about the Joker dropping bombs and blowing up the hospital as he walked away. Maybe that's what he's doing. You know, maybe he because he's got us on side with that. And as much as I still feel he's a crybaby, I'm glad that he's done it that way. He can't play for the club again. He can't play for the club again. But what he's done, he's opened the eyes to all of those other 100 million or whoever his Instagram followers that he's got, who didn't know anything about or didn't know that situation with Man United.
Yeah, and Mr. B, you are right what you're saying. It does open up a bigger sort of thing. And I've been saying it all week to you guys that I think the main objective of this interview was not to disrespect Ten Hag. It wasn't disrespect anyone. It was just to have a dig at Manchester United ownership at the club. That's where it was. That's what I read from the whole interview process. I didn't read. I know he said other bits and pieces, but honestly, that's what I got from it. So what we're going to do quickly, there's loads of comments there. 25 minute chat, guys.
Stuart, sorry, you've been quiet. What's your take on? Am I? Because obviously
No, you're 100% right what you're saying, Mr. B. I'm not bigging up Ronaldo at all. Yeah, I've got the flag up still because I said to Solo 2 days ago, I was slating Ronaldo, but I didn't know the whole story. Look, what he's done, he shouldn't have gone behind the club's back to do this interview. But you know, he done the interview with Piers Morgan 2 years ago when he was at Juve, didn't he? And they've had that friendship. Piers Morgan's channel's struggling. Yeah. So they've cooked up this interview, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, what Ronaldo's done's totally wrong. But he's not slagged United fans off. You know, he's a clever man. He's a very clever man. He knows knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. And I'm second that as well. Like I said, I don't agree with the interview. I don't agree with it. I can put my hands up and say that. I don't agree he's done it with Piers Morgan as well, because I can't stand the guy. Yeah. But I just thought in the process of the interview where they took snippet, and it's almost the snippet they took, it's almost like the baddest part of the whole thing. It's like when you're watching a movie trailer and they show you the best bits of the movie, and then you're going to go sit, oh, I want to see the film, you know, I want to go see, you know, Batman Forever or something like that. All of a sudden you turn up and the best bit of the film was the 2 little pieces they gave you 30 seconds, and then you're sitting there going, but I need more. I need more. Yeah. You know, and that's exactly what they went and done. But what we're going to do here, Stu, there's so many comments there. As I said, there's loads in the chat. So let's get some of these up quickly. But before we go, can we just read up our sponsorship again, please? Let me try and find that comment and remove this. Go on, just keep going, Stu.
As you all know, guys, we are now sponsored by Global Mapping Surveys. Global Mapping Surveys currently assist architects, property developers and construction companies all over the country. They offer a wide range of services such as setting out topographical surveys, 3D laser scanning monitoring, and obviously, as you know, the link is in the description for the website and contact details.
Thank you, sir. So now I'm going to go to Glenn. Did we read this comment? I don't think we did.
So
I've highlighted it. Sorry.
Yeah, Glenn's saying, oh, you go on, Solo. Glenn's saying Ronaldo has said nothing wrong. He has spoke the truth. You don't know what happens behind it in the background. Yeah, we know that. Yeah. Evening Brush. The most offensive thing about the interview was him wanting Arsenal to win the league, even though he did say United first.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
TalkMU. We all know about the King Glazers, but I cannot and will not forgive him for being a little bitch crybaby and referring to Rooney as a rat out of order. 100% Talk.
I don't know if I agree with that comment, but I'll come back to it.
I'm with Solo on this one. I
don't agree with that.
Glenn again is saying football's now business, but the Glazers are just after the money. The stadium really does need an investment to bring it up to the standards again. Look at Tottenham. United were a bigger club.
Oh, no.
Paddy Silk. We don't want a new ground, just improvements. Yeah, I totally agree.
Just trying to find...
Is that Kalo to HD Gamer? If you didn't know the Glazers are the problem, you will now. I think we all know that.
There you go. I think he's back. Yeah.
Serica McCanny again. McLaren is much derided. He's a good pick, speaks several languages, and is a good coach and looks after the players. Sue's 82. Evening, Sue.
Sue.
I'm not doing it.
You won't be doing that anymore, will you?
I will.
So Sue's 82 saying, crap interview. Big up everyone. More questions than answers. Sorry. Matthew Bassett. Evening, Matthew. Why didn't he call him out straight away? For me, he loses... I think it means credit there, doesn't he? And his Glazer out calling, but he's done it to manufacture a move away from the club. David Richard, evening, David. Ten Hag hurt his ego, so he's trying to discredit Ten Hag on his way out. Thanks. That's it.
You know what? I don't think he has discredit.
Errol, sorry, but I don't know how you don't see this interview was just and it was an hour and a half interview. It was him saying, why do they criticize me? Why are the Portuguese press criticizing me? Why are the world? Because we see things. His level of football has dropped. He talks about last season. He talks about this season. It's a different game. Last season, we played a certain style which suited Cristiano Ronaldo's attributes. we're now playing under a manager where his attributes do not fit whatsoever. We spoke about it. They've actually had stats up. They've actually had stats up that have shown Man United are a better team when he doesn't play. And this is the kind of point that I'm getting at. I just feel that the whole interview was, he's not playing me. I want the fans to understand that I'm not happy. I needed to get this out before I leave. And he's obviously dropped the bomb with the Glazers. As I said, I think the interview, as much as him moaning about the Glazers was the main body of the interview, I think the reason that he gave the interview was because he wasn't playing. Last season, the Glazers were still here. They were still here, but because he was playing and scoring and being the magnificent player and the almighty that he wants to be, there was no issue. And this is the point that I'm trying to. The Glazers didn't just buy the club at the beginning of this season. This is the point that I'm trying to get at.
I get your point, Mr. B. I do get your point, but I know you're saying, but he only had mention of Ten Hag throughout like few minutes of the interview. That's all he's mentioned, a few minutes of it. The rest of the interview from yesterday and today is all to do with the Glazers.
But
it's all to do with the Glazers.
Yeah, my point is he didn't give the interview to hurt the Glazers. This is my point. The interview was done because he's sulking, he's not playing. But he couldn't have given a 2-minute interview with Piers Morgan. He had to have given the whole thing. So he filled it out with all of the stuff that us as fans, Stuart, Kalula, you, Omundi, we had to enlighten to the fact, to be fair, because he was really ignorant to it. I'm going to be really honest with that talk. We've had this conversation where even my son knows about the green and yellow. You understand? So that part of it, I'm so glad he's but my reason for it is because he couldn't have given an interview. Oh, I left the stadium. I mean, this is a point I've got to. He was warned about leaving the stadium. He said he accepted it, but then he did it again. Solo.
Yeah, he did. But my thing is, though, Mr. B, on it, and this is the thing. I don't know if Stuart and Kalula sort of understand what I'm saying. He said in an interview, yeah, not once, not twice, not once, but twice, other players have left early as well. But because he's Cristiano Ronaldo, his name got mentioned. Yeah. He also mentioned a bit further down where he spoke about, which I've got the notes, he spoke about players for Ten Hag regarding training and pre-season who was allowed to get away, but he wasn't. He got called up, and as I call them, the presidents didn't believe him, but then believed the others.
Look, when he was it the 87th minute, we was 2-0 up against Tottenham. Ten Hag says, "You coming on?" He's like, "No, I ain't." And obviously that night, when we all saw him disappear down a tunnel, disgusting behaviour. Scholes, Neville, they're all saying it. But now we've done the interview, and he's the greatest player in the world. Come on, I can understand. It's degrading for Ronaldo to get told you're coming on with 3 minutes to go when your team are 2-0 up. Yeah,
but I'm gonna. I'm gonna go Kalula now. But Kalula, right? When we got battered by Man City, he said it was too much respect. He didn't want to bring Ronaldo on. So
that
do you see the contradiction?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. The thing that's frustrating me about Man United fans at the minute, let's be real. Let's get real here. Let's look at our team and look at who came back to our team and what we had. Nothing. We hadn't changed. We hadn't regressed. And sometimes I think we've been really harsh on Ronaldo. We can't take the good without the bad. We've all been talking about Glazers or talking about the same issues that he displayed in his interview, but no one's going to listen to us. Because where are we? Nowhere. We've got like the best player at least giving the issues. Cry baby, yes, but no offense. If I'm at my job getting all my targets, all my things, and I'm Cristiano Ronaldo, I think I want a bit more respect than Tom Diddley. I would want at least something. You can't take all the t-shirt sales. You can't take all the popularity. You can't take all those things and then go, oh, you know what? He had a tantrum. Yeah. Anthony Joshua just had a tantrum. He's not the first sportsman to have a tantrum on television. Come on. But as Man United fans, I think we're concentrating too much on Ronaldo. Ronaldo's gone. Bye-bye. Thank you for the service. We need to concentrate on why couldn't we satisfy one of the greatest players in football history? Why weren't we good enough? It's not just
age is just a number, Mr.
No,
B.
but
Look at
Zlatan.
Look at Zlatan. Look at Zlatan.
No, Mr. B. Mr. B, let me be real. Then how about we never took him on? Where would we be in the Premier League without all these goals last season?
Exactly, but then where would we have been the season before when Harry Maguire played like a superstar?
No, but how about we look at our team instead of looking at one player? We're making it the Cristiano Ronaldo United because we let him score all those goals, and then we got angry with him when he was doing all these things, except for winning all our money, when we should have been concentrating on our team.
Sorry, guys. Just a quick comment there from Matthew Bassett. I saw. Whose side are we on? Eric's or Ronaldo's? Eric's Eric's side. Eric's the manager of our football club. Of course, we're on his side. Yeah.
Solo, you haven't answered.
Solo.
Me? Listen, I keep saying, mate, I'm 50-50. Ronaldo, like I said, yeah, I'm being open and honest here, yeah. And as what Khalil just said, and she just hit the nail on the head there, Ronaldo has given us some fantastic years, yeah. Last season, he dragged Man United single-handedly to where we were last season, yeah. Now, like he said in his interview, he didn't have the best preseason because he wasn't there for the preseason. So that did affect him as a player, yeah. But also, we got to sit there and say, yes, Ten Hag is a manager. Yes, Ten Hag is trying to improve it. Yes, I'll back Ten Hag, no problem whatsoever. When Ten Hag is start giving us trophies, then I'll sit there and I'll say, you know what, Ronaldo was wrong. I can put my hand up and say Ronaldo was wrong.
So you're going to say, so if Ten Hag doesn't win a trophy, then you're going to say Ronaldo was right. Is that what you're telling me?
No, I'm not saying Ronaldo was right. I'm not saying Ronaldo is right within the thing. What I'm trying to say here
do you think Ten Hag is right to not be picking Ronaldo, or do you think Ronaldo should be playing?
I'm not saying Ronaldo should be playing. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm trying to say is Ronaldo has said in an interview today, that the reason why he doesn't respect Ten Hag is because Ten Hag does not respect him. So as a manager, you're a manager, you're sitting in the national press, in the newspaper, telling the whole wide world, you lost to Man City. You didn't want to bring Ronaldo on because you're trying to protect his legacy. Then the next step, you then go and what is it? You play Man City 3 minutes or 2 minutes ago, then you want to bring him on.
But then why does Ten Hag give Ronaldo the armband against Aston Villa? It's all strange goings on, really.
Oh, thank you. So a lot of stuff that's going around.
No, but then, right. So if you didn't have respect for him, do you think that he still would have given him he could have given the armband?
Well, that's what Mr. B, and that's $1 million question. That is $1 million question, but you will never know the answer because you're not going to hear Ten Hag side of it.
Yeah, because I don't want to. I don't. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. No, it's not that. It's not that. He is above. Ten Hag should be above all of this. The only people who need to make the comment is the club, the hierarchy at the club.
But Mr. B, they won't come out. They will not come out and do it. That's the problem.
But something has to look. Solo. They can bury their head in the sand as much. Something has to be said. It's the Glazers, Mr. Something.
Glazers.
So what they're going to do? You think that the end of the World Cup's going to finish and then Ronaldo's going to come soldiering back? That's what I'm saying. Somebody has to make a statement, and it can't be Ten Hag.
You know what the problem is, though, and I'm going to come to you now. What would it be, if you sit there and obviously the interviews come out, and I reckon there's going to be more shirt sale. I honestly think there's going to be more shirt sale that's going on with Ronaldo's. Yeah, the sales.
Do you want to buy mine, Solo? Do you want to buy my Ronaldo shirts off me?
Listen, you can come and drop them around my house anytime. I'll take them all. I'll take all the Ronaldo shirts.
Do you want the flag?
I'll take it too.
No,
I'll
take
everything
Ronaldo. I want the flag.
Kalula, can we have an interview to see who wins the flag? Can we have an interview
of course
to see who wins the flag?
Of course
we'll do the interview. We'll see the interview. But like I'm saying right now, Kalula, looking at United and the state of play with the Glazers, would it surprise you if they sit there and they go, "Oh, that interview is it was all right. Yeah, let's keep him."
You know, one of the things, so for me, I think the problem is that Ronaldo, I will agree with Mr. B. He's a crybaby, but he has done something that no
Don't
one
agree with
has
Mr.
done.
B. Mr.
No,
B
no, no,
ain't
he's
no
a crybaby.
crybaby.
No, he is a crybaby. I'll put these back on to upset him then. All right. But even in the interview, Ronaldo, now you got to think there's lawyers involved, it's pre-scripted, you know the information's going, they've only been passing correspondence between each other. He never said he wasn't leaving. He never said, I'm leaving. He didn't say that in the interview. And part of me feels like, and they're going to have to force him out. And that's probably the smartest thing he could have done. If he wanted to go in the summer, he's gone, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, let's go. If you're going to want me gone now, it's going to be happening. For me, as a United fan, my heart hurts because I loved him when I was growing up. I know he's a fantastic footballer. And it hurts me more to know that too many people are concentrating on him and not the problems at our club. That is actually, I'm not defending Ronaldo. I think that's my issue. We need to look at our club now. Look at where we are. We're 5th now, and we were 5th the same time last year. So
that's why we need this Ronaldo show done. Move on. Let's concentrate on Man United Football
and the
club. Done. End of.
Yeah, and it's it is. But you know what the problem is though with this, and I don't know if Mr. B will agree with me. This isn't the end of this sort of like circus, because you know what's going to happen is we've watched the interview. We've all watched the interview. We all saw what's happening in the interview. I bet you World Cup kicks in, something happened at Portugal, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, there's going to be scripting pulled out of the archive that no one saw, no one heard of, and all of a sudden, oh, but Ronaldo said this. But we all see the interview, but you know, to sell national papers, for the media, to keep everything alive and going, it's going to be a circus around Ronaldo playing for Portugal. It's going to be about Ronaldo because the media will not drop it, Mr. B.
No, they won't. At the end of the day, he's still the biggest. He's still the biggest name in football. Even when he retires, he'd probably still be the biggest name in football. But then we're the biggest club in world football, so we go hand in hand.
What I would like people to concentrate on is the first 2 goals for Portugal today was Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
And he wasn't even in the lineup. He wasn't even in the lineup.
I will say it, and I will say it again. Bruno doesn't play well with Cristiano Ronaldo. Solo, you don't want to hear it, and I understand.
I've got my headset in.
I know, plus earplugs as well, but understand the team plays better without Ronaldo. He served his time. I'm glad he came and he did what he did, but move on. Let the club buy that centre forward in January. That's going to push us onto the top 4, and we can forget. Well, we're not going to forget about it, because I know come tomorrow, Solo's still going to be back in.
I'm back in Ronaldo. I am here. I am here.
I know.
Phone call, Ronaldo.
I know. 3 o'clock phone call. I know.
Yeah. But the thing with it though, guys, Khalil, I'm going to come to you and then I'll go to Stu as well with it as well. It's for me, the way I look at the Ronaldo situation, it could have been nipped in the bud from sort of like the summertime, really and truly. It could have nipped in the bud. There was rumors that he wanted to leave. Obviously, he has come out and made it very clear he didn't want to leave Manchester United. So someone who he said want to get rid of him, obviously have digged their heel in, and he didn't mention about, he did say sort of Ten Hag possibly to want to get rid of him, but could it be someone like Murta or John Murta or someone like that trying to get rid of him? And he's basically digging his heel in and said, well, I'm not leaving.
Called him. What he should have done, I think, is called a, he's given an interview anyway.
Yeah, he should have called them out.
I think he should have named names.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, 100.
He should have named and shame, because also with their name and shame, I think what he should have done is talk about players who are actually trying at the football club, like actually giving their 100%. I know he said about Dallo.
He only said about Dallo.
And Martinez, I think he mentioned. Oh, and Casemiro, but he said Casemiro's old anyway, isn't it? Yeah.
But that was about longevity, wasn't it? It was about longevity when he was talking about the youth players.
It would it'd be interesting when the World Cup starts and Ronaldo and Bruno on the same pitch. It'd be very interesting. Very interesting.
I think it will be. I think it will be. But guys, listen, there's 23 in the chat here, and there's so many comments. I'm lost with all the comments here. So let's go Tyrone here, because listen, guys, it is a circus. It is a Ronaldo circus. So let's give get Stuart to read some of these comments up.
So we've
please.
got Tyrone Williams. Evening, Tyrone. He's saying Ronaldo should have criticised the owners and been more dignified in his criticism of Ten Hag. I don't think the manager has done anything wrong. No, 100% there, Tyrone. Michael, evening, Michael. This was incredibly well done to draw attention. Hate or love, Piers Morgan. This was clever to draw in an audience.
Yep, called it as
Big
well.
G, evening, Big G. Hope you're well. In summary, I think the whole thing has been a bit lackluster, to be honest. I was expecting bigger relevations from it.
Yep, same here.
Russ is saying like, share, subscribe. Glazers out.
Glazers out.
Michael again, I'm happy you did the interview. It also gave a good insight onto the personal situation and cleared some things up. Also on his overall mindset, and that people forget he is a human.
Yep.
Jedi Dick Sensi, evening Jedi. Ronaldo goes to Bayern, scores 30 goals.
Goals, yeah. Yeah.
Next news story.
I don't think Georgie would be happy about that, but there you go. Montreal MUFC, hope you're well, Montreal. Zlatan told his share of things about the way things are run at United. Same stuff, more or less. That is why I say nothing is really new. Yeah. Bill Baggio again. David Beckham went through way worse than Ronaldo's situation, but Beck's never done anything as disrespectful as what Ronnie has done.
Yeah, Beckham, yeah.
Yeah, UK Strains, evening.
Can't even comment.
I hear it. You know what? Like I said, I'm still backing my boy, man. What's this? I didn't hear this one. Hold on.
Who's this? Sarragan McKenney. 50-50 solo. Come on, man. You cannot be serious. Ten Hag made him captain.
This is a question.
And we've got the Liverpool fan in the house. My favourite team in the whole world. My question is, why does the panel want... Who does the panel want as their next manager? Who? Ten Hag
it's gonna be my
Thomas Tuchel. That must be
Thomas Tuchel. Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel. We don't want no one as it.
Can I just
no one as our next manager?
Can I just say they're more likely to go to your club because your manager is more likely to get sacked than ours. I think, Ollie, you've had your 2 years of glory. When you pass us in the league, or maybe if you beat us the next game you play, then I will start acknowledging. Yeah, then we'll give you some. Until then,
Christmas is here. We're above Liverpool. That's all I got to say. And then Rich Sport, this one from Rich Sport.
Rich Sport saying, "I'm alone. I'm not caring. Am I alone in not caring?"
Rich.
Good evening to our sponsors, Global Mapping Surveys, saying, "I think you're wearing your CR7 tinted glasses, Kalula." And then we've got Zeb Mars, evening Zeb. Bizarre interview. What's the point when there is no pushback? CR7 can't handle being a squad player. 100% again on there,
yeah.
Don't be giving Mr. B any ammunition. What's this here?
Sarragan McKenney again. Solo 7, you're contradicting yourself. You say you wanted to leave, and Ronaldo saying he was being forced out.
Well, he did say he did say yes, he want to leave, but then also he did say certain people want to force him out.
We've got Bill Baggio again saying, "I cried when Mark Hughes, Incy, and eventually Cantona retired. Ronaldo left, and I was like, Antonio Valencia ain't too good."
Oh, sorry.
Wait, just quickly, when David Beckham left, I took a week off work. I was absolutely distraught.
Were you? I was quite happy when Beckham left, actually.
See, I was solo. I was happy you went. It was too much of a prima donna for me.
Yeah, I was very happy.
Anyway, and Seb Mars again saying Ronaldo told his story, but that doesn't mean it's true.
There you go. 2 sides to every story. 2 sides to every story.
Mr. B smiling now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Mr. B smiling. Mr. B, take that smile away from your face. That'll be about £100 fine if you keep smiling.
Mr. B's not even sworn yet tonight.
No, he hasn't.
He hasn't. It's been extreme. No, but it was the end yesterday. He did a magnificent end to the song.
He did.
He's holding down. What did he say?
Oh, no comment. No comment.
I let Mr. B do it.
Yeah. This one here.
Oh, sorry. Cole Cavalier, evening, Cole. Piers Morgan played Ronaldo right in midfield, right where he wants him to score an own goal.
Yeah, I think he dealt with it though, because I think with Ronaldo, when you look at his eye contact, when Pierce asked him a certain question, it's almost like breathe and then try to answer the question in a sort of pragmatic way. But listen, Kalula, any last words from you?
For me, the main disappointment with Ronaldo is I wanted it, if he was going to do it, be raw and real. If you were going to give it all away, fall on your sword. And the whole, I love the fans, he should have just gone for it. Respect or loyalty or anything else, that's what I would have liked. It was too scripted, 50-50 for me. I'm not going to lose respect to him because I'm not going to turn around and say I don't respect what he's done for football. It's kind of like, for me, the love letters have ended. We used him for what we needed, and now we don't need him anymore. So see you later. It's harsh. It's harsh being Arenos. But I do love that Leeds has gone with a little bit of a bang, so we can turn around and go, why are we buying these shirts for full price when our stadium needs a bit of a fix up?
And that might give the attention to people stop doing it. I don't buy any Man United merchants, so that's me. Stuart?
Sorry, what was that? I was just reading the comments, sorry.
I was saying, any last thoughts?
Any last thoughts? Yeah, that flag's going on eBay, as is all my Ronaldo memorabilia. So if anyone wants to get on eBay tonight, guys, there's going to be Ronaldo stuff galore. Mr. B?
Mr. B?
Solo, you're never going to accept that he was a crybaby and is a crybaby.
He's a crybaby. I still love Ronaldo.
Yeah. No, listen.
Me too.
Viva Ronaldo.
My son was a crybaby, and I still love him. Ronaldo, he will always have a place in my heart. But he had his time. He's done his job. He served his purpose. It's now time to move on.
Yeah, I'm going to say my final words. And, you know, my new name, I'm going to change it as from next week. It's going to be called Solo Ronaldo Fred.
Quickly, Solo. Andy Tate saying sack him, by the way. Get rid of Ronaldo, sack him.
There you
How
go.
can they not sack him?
They will sack him.
Yeah,
They will sack him.
no
They will
choice.
sack him.
Yeah.
They will sack him. Obviously, it's going to happen. So, you know, for me, though, I'll look at it, and with the Ronaldo situation, I think it's escalated to a point where it should never have been escalated. I think what the club, well, not the club itself, but the owners, because he spoke about he's never spoken to the Glazers as well. So me and Mr. B, we spoke about apparently Ten Hag was having a conversation and they're doing it over Zoom. You know, you want your owners to be at least come to the club to sort of see, shake the player's hand to recognize what they've done in the club. You know, he sent Tom Brady over last season for the final game. You know, all of those bits and pieces, that's down to the owners to come, not down to Tom Brady to come to Old Trafford and seeing Ronaldo and giving Ronaldo a hug. What? Tom Brady's getting all the messages from the Glazers to say, oh, go, you know, talk to him for us. I think the purpose of the owner and the ownership of the club is to give a bit of players some respect as well, because globally, he's the biggest player globally.
Right, just quickly, Solo. Just quickly, because I think this needs to be said. Where's he gonna? Where's his next club, Mr. B? Where's he gonna?
Saudi Arabia.
Next?
Saudi Arabia.
175 million a season.
Yeah, I think he dropped a hint in the interview where he said, he said something like it would have been. Yeah, I still
think he'll be in Europe, and he will be sort of a team which will still challenge for Champions League. I still believe he will.
Okay, well, Bayern Munich,
I think he could be. Someone put in a comment earlier, Bayern. I think he could go Bayern for about 2 seasons, or even Dortmund.
Right? No, I don't think so.
Maybe not Dortmund, but Bayern.
I'm thinking 2 things, because 2 things are mentioned. Either going to Saudi so the legs might work. I love him to bits, but he's got him at his old. Or remember, he's got more followers than all the Kardashians. He might make a reality TV show. He might just
he's gonna write a book. He's gonna write a book. He will write a book. He'll write a book.
I think he will end up.
At least I can still make Mr. B laugh.
Yeah. This is where he will be. He'll be here.
He will end
He'll
up.
be at Sport in Lisbon.
He'll be end up.
No.
Sport. He's already said 2 years. He's got another 2 years. He'll spend his last season at Sporting Lisbon. He'll go back home, where he's from, Portugal, obviously. I think he'll go to either into Miami, because Beckham's already tapping him up.
I don't think he will. There's legal things around it. He won't go there.
Right, okay, fair enough. Or the other option is a Omundi Sunday team.
And each week and every week he's going to sit there and talk out. He's going to speak out about Omundi. He's not a good coach. He keeps sitting there telling me I've got 5 minutes.
I got a press.
I like Tyrone Williams, guys. Tyrone Williams said he'll go to Newcastle because they like shirt sales.
Newcastle.
Yeah. Newcastle. So that might be a shout as well.
Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me if he went to Newcastle.
Me.
Another team he wouldn't surprise me in going. Obviously, but it's Ronaldo. I don't know whether or not he got Newcastle because Newcastle had the opportunity to get in Europe, but he could go to Wolves.
I'm gonna have to throw holy water on him if you say that. Holy water's
Wolves.
getting thrown. No way. No way.
He could go Wolves. He could go
Ronaldo
Wolves.
doesn't
Why
look good in
are you
orange.
saying Wolves?
Wolves could. Technically, they're quite rich, aren't they? They're quite rich.
You know what?
No.
Hold on, you're an idiot. I swear, bro.
No. If Wolves in the Premier League, he could go Wolves.
Cut the
Solo.
stream.
I've
You've
got
been
to turn.
talking for too long.
Solo.
Cut the
Right, we're
stream.
going.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Solo.
Thank you for all watching, sharing, liking, and subscribing. And we'll be back tomorrow at what time, Mr. B? 8:30. And then we'll be back. Tomorrow's Friday.
Friday, is it? Oh,
It's
shit,
Friday.
Takeaway.
Yes, you
Takeaway.
Takeaway. And 10 o'clock takeaway with Mr. B and
This
TalkMU.
week's gone.
And hopefully I'll win the spot the ball tomorrow. But from us on the Mania Agenda, guys, thank you for all liking, sharing. So we didn't read all your comments out, but from us, good night.